open your book to page 327 and let's go and do the odds. So number 1, it says the difference, that means it's subtraction of the two numbers. So I'm going to call it x and the y. So difference of two numbers is means equal, 5 means 5. The next sentence is their product means multiply. So you got x times y. So their product means multiplication. So the product is 14. Okay, and you're looking for the numbers. So from here, let's go ahead and, so you have to use your substitution technique. So that's going to plus y on both sides. So you got x equal to y plus 5. You substitute. So you're going to get y plus 5. So you can substitute into here. Times y equal to 14. Then you multiply out, distribute. So you get y squared plus 5y equal to 14. And you have to make it equal to 0 before you can factor. So minus 14 on both sides. So you got y squared plus 5y minus 14 equal to 0. Then you do your factoring. So step 1 cannot, step 2 cannot. So master product it be 5, negative 14. So you start with 1, comma, negative 14, 2, comma, negative 7. And this one you can see you're going to get negative 5. So the sign is wrong. So you need to get 7, comma, negative 2. So that's a correct combination. So go and factor. You're going to get y and a y. So you're going to get plus 7 minus 2. So from here, I'm going to start to do color coding. Okay, so you're going to get y plus 7 equal to 0, or y minus 2 equal to 0. Okay. So for the blue one, to solve, you need to go in minus 7 on both sides. So you're going to get y equal to negative 7. And then from here, I'm going to use this equation over here to solve for the x. So x equal to negative 7 plus 5. So x equal to negative 2. So from these, from the blue side, you're going to get negative 2, negative 7. Okay, so you're going to get that. Now for this side over here, you're going to plus 2 on both sides. So you're going to get y equal to 2. And you can use this equation over here to solve for x. So you're going to get x equal to, so y is 2 plus 5. So x equal to 7. So you're going to get 7, comma 2. Okay, so those are your two sets of answers. Okay, let's go to number 3. Okay, let's go to number 3. Number 3, it says the sum. So that means you're adding the two numbers, that's your x and the y. The sum of the two numbers is 12. Their product is 35. So x times y equal to 35. So again, the sum equal to 12, the product equal to 35. So again, you have to use a substitution technique. So let's go ahead and minus y on both sides. If you minus x, that's fine too. So minus y. So you got x equal to negative y plus 12. Right, again, keep track of your sign. And then you substitute. So you're going to get negative y plus 12 times y equal to 35. So distribute and multiply. So you got negative y squared plus 12y equal to 35. Then you have to make it equal to 0 so you can factor. So minus 35 minus 35. You got negative y squared plus 12y minus 35 equal to 0. But when you're doing the factoring, you don't want a negative in the front. So you want to get rid of the negative. So don't factor with the negative in front. So times by negative 1. So you're going to get y squared minus 12y plus 35 equal to 0. And then you do the factoring by step 1, step 2, step 4. So you do master product, the step 4. So you get minus 12 and 35. So you need to use negative because it's negative, right? So you have to use negative over here. So negative 1, comma, negative 35, negative 5, negative 7, You just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's the correct combination. Okay, so again, there's no number, so it's very easy. So you just put down negative -5 and -7. So from here, again, you're going to have two separate possibilities. So you're going to get y minus 5 equal to 0, right, from here. Or you're going to get y minus 7 equal to 0. Right, so that's going to do the blue first. So again, from here, you plus 5 on both sides. So you got y equal to 5. And then I'm going to use this one right over here to solve for the x. And so you get x equal to negative 5 plus 12. So x equal to 7. So from here, you're going to get 7 comma 5. Okay. Now that's going to do this one here. So this one you plus 7 plus 7. So you're going to get y equal to 7. Then you substitute. So x equal to negative 7 plus 12. Right, again, using this equation over here. So you're going to get x equal to 5. So from here, you're going to get 5 comma 7. Okay. Now you don't have, since they are the same, because 5 and 7. But in this case, it doesn't matter which is first number, which is second number. So they are duplicates. So these are duplicates. So you can just use one of them. It's fine. Okay, let's go to number 5. Okay, number 5. It says find two consecutive R integers. So these are R integers, so you need to go and set up the variable. So you're going to let x equal to the first number. And these are the consecutive R integers. So R number go by 2s, right? Like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So it increase by 2. So x plus 2 will be your second number. Okay. So make sure you set these things up first. Then that's going to translate. It says find two consecutive R integers whose product, so means multiply. So that means you have the first times the second, right? So product is 63. Okay, so you can their product, the first times second equal to 63. That's what it says. Now you're going to substitute, so you're going to get x, right? First number is x. Second number is x plus 2. Now you go and multiply out, you're going to get x squared plus 2x, right? You distribute, equal to 63. And you have to make it equal to 0 so you can factor. So minus 63, minus 63. So you're going to get x squared plus 2x minus 63 equal to 0. And when you're ready to do the factoring, you can start with step 1, common factor, then step 2, special factor, then you go to master product. So it'd be 2, negative 63. So start with 1, comma, negative 63. 2 can also be 3, comma, negative 21. 4 cannot, 5, 6, 7, comma, negative 9. And then you go 9, comma, negative 7. So this would be the correct combination. So you're going to get x and x, right? So that's the first terms. And you're going to get plus 9 minus 7. Okay, so again from here, you're going to get x plus 9 equal to 0. Or you're going to get x minus 7 equal to 0. Okay, so that's going to work it out. So from here, you're minus 9, so you're going to get x equal to negative 9. Now remember, for the integer problem, we want to write the answers up here. So x equal to negative 9, and so the next number will be plus 2, so it will be minus 7. So that's your answer for the blue side. Okay. Now let's go to the orange. So this one you plus 7 on both sides, so it cancels out, so x equal to 7. So once you find x equal to 7, you come up here, so you're going to get 7 for the first number, and then x plus 2, that's your second number. So again, those are your two sets of possibilities. Okay, let's go to number 7. Number 7, again, this is just like number 5. Find the two consecutive integers now. Okay, so consecutive integer, you go by 1. So let's set up the problem. So that x equal to the first number. The consecutive number equal by 1, so increase by 1, so it'll be x plus 1 equal to your second number. Now let's go and translate. Okay, it says find two consecutive integers whose product, so product would be the first times second, right? So the product is means equal, 11 means 11, more than means plus, their sum. So sum means adding, right? So again, the product is 11 more than their sum. Okay, so that's your equation. So now let's go and substitute. So you got x times x plus 1 equal to 11 plus, and you're going to have x plus 1. Okay, so that's going to work these things out. So you're going to get x squared plus x equal to 11 plus, and again, if you work this out, you're going to get 2x plus 1. So now we're going to move everything to this side to make it equal to 0, right? So you can minus 2x, so this way cancel out. Now you got 11 and 1, so you need to minus 12. So minus 12, so that they will cancel out with that. So this will equal to 0. Again, you want to make this side equal to 0. So on this side, you're going to get x squared, and this will give you minus 1x, and the number will be minus 12. Okay? So again, one of the key steps is to make it equal to 0, so you can factor. Okay, then after that, that's going to do the factoring. So you can go through your checklist, right? So this would be your master product, so it would be negative 1, negative 12. So you go 1 comma negative 12, 2 comma negative 6, 3 comma negative 4, and that's a correct combination. Okay, so you can do your factoring. So you got x, so it'd be plus 3 minus 4. So from here, you're going to get x plus 3 equal to 0, or this one you're going to get x minus 4 equal to 0. Okay, now let's go and solve. So from here, you're going to minus 3 on both sides. So you get x equal to negative 3. So once you find x equal to negative 3, right, you come up here. So you're going to get negative 3. And the next number, consecutive number, you plus 1. So plus 1, you're going to get negative 2. Right? So that's the answer for the blue side. Okay. Now let's go and do the orange side. So this one you have to plus 4, right? Again, you have to do same on each side. So you got x equal to 4. So once you find x equal to 4, you come up here, so it'll be 4. And the next number would be 5. And so that's your orange side of the answer. Okay, let's go to number 9. Okay, number 9, you can read. So it says find 3 consecutive integers. So right away, you need to set up your variable. So that x equal to the first number. Now the consecutive numbers equal by 1, right? So it would be x plus 1 will equal to your second number. X plus 2 equal to your third number. Okay, so you can set up your variable first. And now let's go and translate. Okay, it says find 3 consecutive integers such that the product, so it means you're multiplying something, right? And what are you multiplying? It's a product of the first 2, that means the first times the second. Again, when you translate, just go and translate. Don't worry about substituting yet. So the product of the first 2 is means equal, 7 means 7, more than means plus the third. All right? So again, the product of the first 2 is 7 more than the third. Now you worry about substituting. So you got x, that's the first number, second is x plus 1, and the third is x plus 2. So now let's go and work it out. So you got x squared plus x equal to x plus 9. So that's going to make it equal to 0. So minus x to cancel it out. Minus 9. Okay, so to cancel out. And this will cancel out. So you got x squared minus 9 equal to 0. Now you're ready to do the factoring. So step 1, common factor cannot. Step 2, Right? This is a difference of square, so this factor into conjugate would be x plus minus 3, 3, right? So that's your step 2A on your checklist. So from here, again, you're going to set it equal to 0. So x plus 3 equal to 0, or x minus 3 equal to 0. Okay, so that's going to solve this side first. So minus 3 on both sides. Again, make sure none of your equal sign. So you got x equal to negative 3. So once you find x equal to negative 3, you come up here, and so that's your negative 3. So the next consecutive number would be negative 2 and then negative 1. So that's your answer from the blue side. Okay. Again, don't box your answer over here because that is not the final answer. So once you do the blue side, let's go to the orange side. So you plus 3 on both sides. So you got x equal to 3. So once you find x equal to 3, that's your x, right? That's your first number. So you bring it up here. So that's your 3. That's your first number. So the second number would be 4. Third number would be 5. Okay, and so those are two sets of answers. So make sure you box your answers this way. Let's go to 11. So you can read first. Okay, these are consecutive integers. So again, let's go and set up the variable. So they x equal to the first number. Now the consecutive number go by ones. So it'll be x plus 1 will equal to your second number. So once you set up your variable, now you're ready to translate. So let's go and translate. It says find two consecutive integers such that the sum, so you're adding, the sum of their square. So their square means the first square and the second square. Again, the sum of their square is 25. Okay? Again, the sum of their square, right? The sum means plus, and their square means the square of each one, right? Okay, now let's go and substitute. So you got x squared plus x plus 1 squared equal to 25. So now let's go and work it out. So you're going to get x squared plus, again, we did this before, right? You got to know how to multiply these. If you don't remember, you go off to the side and write it out and use your FOIL method. But to multiply the trinomial's perfect square, you square that, you get x squared. You square that, you get plus. You square that, you get 1. And the middle term, you multiply all this together, you get plus 2x. Okay? So again, we did this, so you got to remember how to do that. If you don't remember, go off to the side and work it out. So now you're going to make it equal to 0, so minus 25 on both sides, so that this will cancel out. Right, again, make sure you try that none of you are equal. So from here, let's combine the like terms. So you're going to get 2x squared, and you're going to have the plus 2x. And then from this one and this one, you're going to get minus 24. Now, don't jump into master product right away. Okay, notice the number, all these are multiple of 2. Now, since this is the equation, you can do this with the equation. You can divide everything by 2 to lower your number, so it's easier to factor. So again, you only do this with the equation. So you're going to get x squared plus x minus 12 equal to 0. And now you can go and do your master product now. So you're going to get 1, negative 12. So you're going to get 1 comma negative 12, 2 comma negative 6, 3 comma negative 4, 4 comma negative 3. So you have to keep track of your negatives. Make sure they all match. So this is the one that you need. Okay. So again, so you're going to get x and x. Now, when there's no number in front, it's very easy. Whatever you see is whatever you put down over here. So from here, again, you're going to have an x plus 4 equal to 0, or x minus 3 equal to 0. So from here, let's go and solve. So minus 4, minus 4. So you got x equal to negative 4. Again, don't box that. Okay, once you find x equal to negative 4, you come up here. So that's your negative 4. So the next consecutive number will be negative 3. Right? X plus 1 is negative 3, right? So that's your answer for the blue side of the equation. Yeah, that's from the blue side. again, the reason I use different colors so you can, so you can follow it better and not getting confused. Now let's go and do the orange side. So you plus 3 on each side, so plus 3. So you get x equal to 3. So once you find x equal to 3, that's your x, right? So that's your second possibility. So you're going to get 3, and the next number would be 4. Okay, let's go to number 13. Okay, number 13, you can read the poem. It says, one number is 3 times another. The sum of their square is 40. Find the numbers. Okay, so one number, it doesn't tell you, so you use a variable. So one number, that's called x, means equal 3 times, right? 3 times means 3 multiply, right? Another number. So another number is a different number, so you have to use different letter. Okay, so again, so one number is 3 times of another number. Now next sentence it says the sum, so you're adding, right? So sum means plus the sum of their square. Okay, so their square is x squared and y squared, right? The sum of their square, okay, the sum of their squares means equal 40. Okay, so that's the equation. So now again, this one you can just substitute already. You already have x equal to 3 times y, right? So you substitute into here. So you get 3y squared plus y squared. Again, whenever you substitute, you put in parentheses, right? Again, x is 3y. Now let's go and work it out. So you're going to get 9, right? 3 squared is 9. Y squared is y squared. Combine the like terms. 9y squared plus 1y squared is going to be 10y squared. Okay, and again, to solve this, you can divide by 10, divide by 10. So y equal to y squared equal to 4. Now you haven't known the square root yet, so let's go ahead and do the factoring technique. Okay, if you know the square root method, you just take the square root on both sides. But from here, you go and minus 4 on both sides. So you're going to get y squared minus 4 equal to 0. And when you factor, step 1 common factor cannot. Step 2 special factor. So this is the difference of square. So you can factor into conjugate. So it would be y plus 2 minus 2, right? So from here, again, you're going to get two possibilities. You're going to get 2 sets. You're going to get y plus 2 equal to 0, or the orange side, you're going to get y minus 2 equal to 0, right? Then from here, let's go and solve the blue side first. So minus 2, so you're going to get y equal to negative 2. Okay, and to solve for x, see, over here, that's the x equation, right? So you bring this way down here, right? So you're going to get x equal to 3 times negative 2, right? 3, that's 3 times y, right? So you're going to get x equal to negative 6. So in this case, you're going to get negative 6, comma, negative 2. So that's your answer from this side. On this side, okay, again, keep doing the same thing. So plus 2 on both sides. So you're going to get y equal to 2. And you can use this equation from here. So the x equal to 3 times y. So x equal to 3 times y. Again, so what if you substitute in parentheses? So x equal to 6. So from this side, the orange side, you're going to get 6 comma positive 2. Okay, so again, there are 2 possible solutions. Again, do not box over here because that is not the final answer. Okay, that is just from here. That's just going to be 2 possibilities. Okay, let's go to number 15. Number 15, it says the length of the rectangle. So as soon as you see the word rectangle, stop reading. Go ahead and make a rectangle already. Again, as soon as you see the word rectangle, draw a rectangle and label your length, width, length, width. And label all 4 sides and move this little bit to the side so you got room to write. Okay, so again, label this as soon as you see the word rectangle. Now you go back and read. It says the length, so that's length, right? That's L, right? Length of the rectangle means equal 5 feet, so it's 5. more than means plus is width, right? So again, the length of the rectangle is 5 more than is width. And I'm going to write it down here too. Okay. Now let's go to the next sentence. It says its area, so A for area, right? The area is 84 square feet. Again, when doing the translation, don't worry about the labels yet. Okay? Just focus on the number. So area is 84 square feet. Okay, so now you're ready to solve. Okay. Now the area of the rectangle is length times width. So it's going to be length times width. That's the formula for the area of a rectangle. Right? Again, the area is length times width. But whenever you see equal, that's your clue that you have to substitute. Right? So it tells you what L is. It's 5 plus W. So you substitute. So now you go and multiply to distribute. So 5 times W is 5W. W times W is W squared. Then after that, you have to make it equal to 0 so you can factor. So minus 84, minus 84. And all these are unlike terms, so do not mix them. Do not combine any of them. Okay, so you're going to get W squared plus 5W minus 84 equal to 0. Now let's go and do the factoring. Step 1, common factor cannot. Step 2, special factor cannot. So you go to step 4. Again, we're skipping the cube, right? So you got 5, negative 84. So start with 1, comma, negative 84. You have to keep track of your negative, right? So positive times negative will give you negative. So 2, comma, so you can use calculator or you just do half of that. It would be negative 42. Then you go to 3, comma, negative 2, 8. Okay, and then you go to 4. Again, you can use calculator. Now, when I get to over here, notice that this is twice as that, so this will be half of that, so it'll be minus 21. Okay, you go to 5, cannot. 6, yes. So 6, right? 6 and 3, right? So this is twice as that, so this will be half of that, so it'll be minus 14. Okay, then you go to the next one, so 7, comma, negative 12. Right, you can just go down the list. And from here, you can see that this will give you negative 5. So you know the number is correct, but the sign is opposite. So you need to do 12, negative 7. So you don't have to do 8, 9, 10, 11. Because from here, you're going to get negative 5. Right? 7 plus negative 12 give you negative 5. So you know that the number is correct, the sign is wrong. So you just switch the sign. Okay, so from here, you're going to get W. So you're going to get plus 12 minus 7. So from here, you're going to get W plus 12 equal to 0, or W minus 7 equal to 0. Okay, from here, when you solve, you minus 12 on both sides, you're going to get W equal to negative 12. Okay, now, because the rectangle is a real object, the real object cannot have a negative numbers. Okay, the length cannot. So this is no good. Okay, that's why I didn't use different colors, because again, for the real object, a rectangle cannot have a negative length or width. Okay, so from here, I can plus 7, so I get W equal to 7, and the label would be, you go back and check, okay, feet. Okay, so width is 7 feet. Now to find the length, use this formula over here, right? It tells you that L equal to 5 plus W, right? Right from here. So that's why it's important you write everything down. So L equal to 5 plus 7, substitute, put in parentheses, right? So L equal to 12 feet. Okay, and that's your answer, right? So W equal to 7 and L equal to 12 feet. Okay, let's go to number 17. So it says the base of a triangle. So again, stop. You draw a triangle, and so that's the base, and this is the height. So it tells you that. So go back and read. It says the base. So that's B of a triangle is means equal, 3 inch. So it means 3. More than means plus. Altitude. Altitude means height. Okay. So again, the base of the triangle is 3 inches more than its altitude. Again, altitude means height. So that's your translation. Now you go to the next sentence. It says its area, so A, right? The area is 20 square inches. So that's it. Okay, again, so let's go ahead and put the equation for triangle. The area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. That's the formula for triangle. Okay, equal to 20. So now let's go and substitute. So you got 1/2. The b is 3 plus h. Right, again, whenever you see equal, that's your clue. You have to substitute. Now you don't want to multiply this out because that's a fraction. Okay, and so this whole thing is one term, right? Because the addition subtraction inside the parentheses does not count. So this whole thing is one term. So if it's one term, you only multiply one time. So multiply by 20 to cancel the half. Okay, so now you can multiply. So you're going to get 3h plus h squared equal to 40. So minus 40 on both sides. And put this in order. So you got h squared plus 3h minus 40 equal to 0. And let's go and do the factoring. So again, common factor, special factor, then your massive product. So you're going to get 3, negative 40. So start with 1 comma, negative 40, 2 comma, negative 20, 3 cannot. So 4 comma, negative 10. Okay. And then you go 5 comma, negative 8. So when you get 5 comma, negative 8, you're going to get negative 3, right? 5 plus negative 8 give you a negative 3. But this is positive 3. So you know that the number is correct, but the sign is wrong. So you need to use 8 comma, negative 5. Right? 8 times negative 5 give you negative 40. 8 plus negative 5 give you 3. So you have to make sure you keep track of your negatives. And so you're going to get plus 8 minus 5. So from here, you're going to have h plus 8 equal to 0, or h minus 5 equal to 0. So minus 8. So you got h equal to negative 8. But again, this is a real object, right? So you can have a negative height. So this one is no good. From this side, you plus 5 on each side. So h equal to 5. And look at for the label inch. Okay, so height is 5 inch. Now the base from here, right? See the formula is 3 plus h. So it'd be 3 plus h. I just bring the formula down. So base equal to 3 plus 5. So base equal to 8 inch. Okay, and that's it. So again, notice that if all the points are very similar. Okay, let's go to number 19. Okay, number 19, that's going to be, it says the width of rectangle, again, right away you stop, right? It's a rectangle, so let's go and draw a rectangle and label length, width, length, width. And let's go back and read. Number 19, it says the width, so that's W, of the rectangle is, means equal, 4. Now, you have to be careful, it's less than, right? So you have to put in the back. So it's 4 less than its length. Okay, so again, less than, you have to switch the order. So W equal to is 4 less than its length. Okay, now let's go and do the next sentence. It says the area, so that's A, is means equal, 17 means 17, more than means plus. Now it says numerical, it means because the area is a square yards, whereas the length is just a yard. So label not going to match. So that's why they say numerical. It means they only compare the numbers, not the labels. Okay. So in other words, when they writing, right, just ignore the labels for now. Okay. So area is 17 more than its perimeter. So that's P. Okay. So that's your translation, and it says look for its length and the width. So again, when problem gets complicated, you got to take your time and do it step by step. Just follow through. Okay, now let's go and start to translate. So area is length times width, right? And the perimeter is all four sides. So it'd be L plus W plus, right, this side plus this side plus this side plus this side, right? Okay. So that's why it's, again, area is length times width. Perimeter is adding all four sides. So now let's go and substitute. Again, whenever you see equal, that's your clue. You need to substitute. So you're going to get L. Okay, W is L minus 4. So again, over here, so you're going to get L. Okay, we don't need this one here. So you're going to get L plus W is L minus 4 plus L plus, again, W is L minus 4. So that's going to work it out. So when you multiply, you get L squared minus 4L, right? Over here, you can collect the like terms. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got 4L. And the numbers, you got this one here, you got this one, you got this one. So it becomes plus 9. Okay? So you can combine your like terms. Okay? So you get 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where I get 4L from. Okay? 17 minus 4 minus 4, that's how I get 9. Okay, so from here, again, you want to make it equal to 0. So minus 4L minus 4L. So this will cancel out. Minus 9 minus 9. So this will cancel out. So that's going to rearrange a term. So this I will get L squared. This one and this one I will get minus AL. And the number will be minus 9. So once we get it equal to 0, you can do the factoring. You got negative 8, negative 9. So you start with 1 comma negative 9, and that's it. So let's go ahead and do that. So L. So you get plus 1 minus 9. So you're going to get L plus 1 equal to 0, or L minus 9 equal to 0. Then you solve. So minus 1, L equal to negative 1. Now this is no good, because the length cannot equal to negative, because it's a real object, right? So plus 9 on both sides. So you got L equal to 9. And make sure you check the label. Number 19, the label is yard. Okay? So length is 9 yards. So now you can go ahead and look for the W, right? So over here, you have the W equal to L minus 4. And again, this equation came from here. Okay? Okay, so came from here. So you get W equal to 9 minus 4. So W equal to 5 yards. Okay, and that's it for number 19. Okay, let's go to 21. Again, it says one square has a side 3 shorter than the side of the second square. So again, if you read, there are two squares, right? And the one square is shorter than the second one. So that means the first square is smaller and the second one is bigger. Okay? And you always use the second one as your reference. Okay? So the second square, you call this x, right? Again, it's a square, so all four sides are the same, right? So let's go back and it says one square has a side. Okay? So you can call it s. Okay? Or you can call it call it S. So side is 2. Okay, number 21. One square has a side 3 shorter than the side of the second one, which is x. Okay, so this is going to be x minus 3, x minus 3, x minus 3. So again, so the side is 3 shorter than the side of the second square. Okay, I can use a second square as your reference. Use that as your variable. That's going to start to translate. It says the area of the large square, I'm going to call it L. So area of the large, so L stands for large. Okay, or you can write it out. So area of the large square means equal 4 times as great as the area of the small square. Okay, find the length of each square. Okay, so again, the square is side times side. So area of the large square is going to be x times x. Okay, and this one is going to be 4 times the small. The area of the small is x minus 3 times x minus 3. So that's going to multiply out. So this will give you x squared. Now this one, when you multiply, you want to multiply this first. Okay, go off to the side. Or you can remember this is the reverse of the master product. Okay, so again, you're going to get x squared. And remember, you add to get a middle term. Right? Remember, the middle term came from adding. And the last thing came from multiplying, right? So again, you add to get the middle, you multiply to get the end, right? That's a quick way. Again, if you don't see that, you can go off to the side and do the FOIL method. And after that, you go and distribute, work it out. So you got 4x squared minus 24x plus 36. Now, in this case, there are a lot of stuff on this side, so it's too messy if you move to this side. So it's easy if you move this to this side. So that's going to minus x squared minus x squared. So you got 0 equal to, when you subtract, 4x squared minus 1x squared will give you 3x squared minus 24x plus 36. Okay? Now, don't try to factor right now because the number is going to be too big. Okay? Notice always a multiple of 3. So divide everything by 3 to lower your number so it's easier to factor. So you're going to get 0 equal to x squared, right? 0 divided by 3 is still 0, right? Minus ax plus 12. So now you do your factoring, so you're going to get negative 8 and 12. So this one you have to use both negatives. So you're going to get negative 1, negative 12. Right? That's the only way you can make everything match. So negative 2, negative 6. Okay, so now you can go and factor this. So you got x and x minus 2 minus 6. So you're going to set equal to 0. So x minus 2 equal to 0. Or x minus 6 equal to 0. Then you solve. So plus 2 plus 2. So x equal to 2. Okay? But this one is no good because if you think about it, right? If x equal to 2 and you got 2 minus 3, so you end up with a negative for the small one. Okay, so in this case, this one is no good because it's not going to work for these. Right? Because small triangle, small square is x minus 3. So if x equal to 2, you're going to get 2 minus 3. You end up with a negative 1 length. So again, this will give you a negative length. So this is no good. So you have to kind of double check. So this one, you can plus 6. So x equal to 6. Now don't box that yet. That is not your final answer yet. You have to go back and read and answer the question. It asks, find the length of the side of each square. So for the large square, the side equal to 6. And the label is centimeters. And the small is over here, so it's x minus 3. So if it's 6 minus 3, will give you 3. Okay, again, I get it from here, right? X minus 3. Okay, and so that's your answer for number 21. Okay, let's go to 23. Now 23, as you read, this is a proportion problem. When you have proportions, right? This will be your first term, second term, this will be a third term, and this will be the fourth term. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So as you read, so you can get your fraction ready, right? So over here is 23, says the fourth term, so that's this one over here, is, right, 7 more than is the first term. So again, the first term is a reference, so I'm going to call it x. So I can, again, because you don't know what it is, so you set it equal to x. So if you call the first as x, so when you translate, the fourth term is 7 more than is first. Okay? And then it says find a proportion if the second term is 3 and the third term is 6. Okay? And you're looking for proportions. Okay, so again, so what you can do is you cross multiply, so you can get 7x plus x squared equal to, and you cross multiply equal to 18, and minus 18 on both sides. So you're going to get x squared plus 7x minus 18 equal to 0. And then from here you go and do the factoring, so 7, negative 18. So 1 comma, negative 18, 2 comma, negative 9. And from here you can see that the number is correct, but sign is wrong. So you need to get 9 comma, negative 2. Okay, so you can just factor it out. So you're going to get plus 9 minus 2. Again, so this is just like before. So you need to have two possibilities, right? So you have x plus 9 equal to 0. Or x minus 2 equal to 0. Okay, so let's go and solve. So minus 9 on both sides. So you're going to get x equal to negative 9. Now don't box that yet because they ask you for original, they ask you for the proportion. So x equal to negative 9. So if you look at this one over here, so you're going to get negative 9 over 3. Right? I can see that x, right? So over here, negative 9 from here, right? Equal to 6 over, now this is going to be 7 plus x. So 7 plus negative 9 will give you negative 2. So this will be a proportion for the don't simplify, okay? Because they ask you for the original proportion. So do not simplify for this kind of problem. Okay, now let's go to the orange side. So when you go to the orange side, you plus 2 on both sides. So you got x equal to 2. So once you find x equal to 2, I can use this right over here, right? So you're going to get 2 over 3, right? Again, x equal to 2, equal to 6 over 7 plus x, x is 2, so it'd be 9. Okay? And so that's your second possible proportions.